Morning. Today what I'm going to show you is how to make an assignment within your class within Microsoft Teams. So if we go to one of my classes and I click on assignments, this is where you can put assignments. It will automatically save these for moderation with NZQA, so you can send those in. It's really easy to mark, really easy to keep them in one place, and it just works great. What I might do is I might just choose a class with some students in it rather than my Year 11 because I'm not teaching Year 11 biology. So if we go to assignments, what we are going to do is once we're in assignment, you can click on create. Now you can create an assignment, which is something that you mark and like normal, or you can create a quiz. Quizzes self-mark and it uses Microsoft Forms, and you can of course use existing. But I'm going to just make an assignment. It's really easy. Click on create an assignment at the top there. You enter a title. I'm going to put in test. Don't worry about this, guys, just because my class uses this. You can enter your instructions in here. You need to do whatever. You can put what the achieve criteria, merit criteria, and excellence criteria. And then I always put write in the Word document assigned. And then what you can do, is you can add a resource. So add a resource, and you can add a whole lot of things here. If you want to add a file from your computer, so student instructions or whatever, you can go down and find some instructions. Let me just pick something. So that, and you can attach it. So it attaches a Word document. Now you'll see here that students can't edit this. If you want students to be able to edit that, you click on these three little dots and you go each student gets their own copy. So I would suggest changing your stuff to that unless you're giving out instructions. And then I always add a blank Word document. And the reason that I do this is so students can write in something. And you can see them writing in it and working on it, and it just works really well. So this is what the students will work in. So students work in this blank doc. All right, so I went to new file and I selected the Word document, and now I've got to give it a name and I attach it. And here you go, students work in this blank doc. You don't have to call it that, call it whatever you want. And then I make it their own copy. So they've got their instructions, they've got their blank document that they're going to work in. You can make it, if it's an achievement standard, you can make it out of 4 points, 1 being not achieved, 2 being achieved, 3 being merit, and 4 being excellence. You can assign it to multiple classes if you want to. So if I want to select my Year 10 camp, I can select that, physics. I can select as many classes as I want. You can also select individual students if you want to. The next thing you're going to do is you've got a due date, and if you want to edit this, you click on this little edit button right here, and what you will find is that you can schedule this to a future date if you want to create assignments that come up later. This is the due date, and this is the close date. So students will be able to hand things in till the due date, and after the due date, if you change the close date to, let's say, the 25th, they'll have a day to hand them in late, so you're giving them a grace period. If you leave the close date the same as the due date, it means that the assignment will close when the due date is, if that makes sense. So that's how it works. Now, once that's happened, all you have to do is click done. I suggest turning Turnitin on, and all you have to do now is click assign. After you click assign, it's going to send it to every student. I'll show you what that looks like right now once you have assigned those. So this is what it will look like after you've assigned these. Now, in biology, we have an assessment team for all the students within biology. And so here's our stuff. We always give a practice assessment just so that the boys know how to have a look at it. You'll see that there's 200 students that are doing level 2 and 3 biology. and level 1. And so you've got your achievement standards. So 2.1, this is for the level 1s, level 3s. And you just have to tell them, look, you need to go into the specific achievement standard. You can set it up however you want. This is just how we've done it. But let's have a look at what this assignment will look like. So I'm going to select 2.1. It's been done. Students have done it. It's a real assessment. It's a real internal. They've got their marks back and everything's been done with it. So I click on the assignment. Now, if I want to see what it looked like for the students, there's student view here, and I click on student view. So these are the instructions. This is the internal. This is what they have to do for an achieved, for a merit, and an excellence. And here's the student sheet. So they don't add anything. They don't do anything. They simply click on this sheet and they work within that document the whole time. And this is the marking rubric for that assessment. Now we want to go and mark it. So that's what the student sees. If you want to see what the student sees, click on Student View. If you want to export all your data once you've finished marking, click on Export to Excel, and you'll have an Excel spreadsheet of all your marks. We want to go and we want to mark this thing. So you can see here I've got 2 grade and I've got graded. Now just remember I've already graded this thing and I've left 2 students ungraded just so you can see what it looks like. So I want to sort these students. These are my year 13s. They wouldn't have looked at this. It's a level 2 internal, like I said. But we're going to click over here and I'm going to change the status so that I can see who's turned it in. Now these 2 students, I've left these so that you can see those have turned it in. These guys here have viewed it, and there'll be some down here that haven't done anything with it. But what I want to show you is these guys. So once he's turned it in, we need to mark it. So I click on his assignment. And what it's going to do is it's going to open up his Word document. And you're going to note that there's 66% similarity here. Now, I'm not too worried about that because when I gave them their instructions in the sheet that they worked on, you can see that I've added in their their authentication of work. I've put in the achievement standard here, and that's why it's coming up with such a high number. You have to use a professional judgment in order to give him a mark. So this student here started writing, and here's his assessment, and he carries on. And if I want to see if he's copied anything, I click on View Similarity Report, and that's his internal. There's his references, and yeah, that's how it looks. Now, if I want to give him a grade, I can come down here and give him 2 out of 4 if it's an achieved, 3 out of 4 if it's merit, 4 out of 4 if it's an excellence. And if you added in a marking rubric, and I'll show you how to do marking rubrics in another video, but if you've added a marking rubric, you can click on the rubric and you can use the criteria within this rubric to give him a grade. And that's how to do it. Really, really easy, works for each student, simple as. And to go on to the next student, I either can click down and search by name, type his name in there, or I can simply click on this little arrow here and it will move me on to the next student. It also allows you to put a comment in here if you want to, and then you can return the student's work to them if you want. Now, when you return the student's work, it's going to give them their grade back, okay? So I'm going to close this. I haven't returned it to him. I didn't click return on his. If I want to return all the students, I can click on here and return numerous students at once by selecting them and then going up to the top and returning all if I want to. Once you return the student's work, they will get their grade back. So it goes in from 2 graded to graded. And I know that I've marked all of these and I've given them back. So if I click in here, here's all the students' work that I've sent and I've returned it to them. And you can see who's got not achieved, who's got excellences and merits. And so you can go down and you can see there's a tick there. Students have looked at it, they've seen their grade. So this young man over here hasn't actually looked at his grade since he got it back, and that's why there's no tick there. So that's how to use the assignment function. Very, very easy. It saves all the stuff automatically, makes it simple, easy to grade, easy to return. Give it a practice first though, as I said. Make sure that you make a practice assessment. So for my practice assessment, all I did was I gave it to all the students. And what I wanted them to do was this. I said, write your name in the document below. So I added the document, and I just simply type your name here, type your form class here, just so that they knew how to use it. It's a really nice intro, and then I practiced using the rubric, and those are the rubrics there. It was just a mess around. So have a practice, have a play, worth doing. I'll make another video now on how to do rubrics within an assignment because that's an add-on. Hopefully this helps you. Have a nice day.